It all started with a cup of water. Every morning, I wake up, climb out of bed, march downstairs, fill a tall glass with tap water, and drink it. But this time, the water went down the wrong way. I started coughing. Sputtering, almost choking, I set the glass down on the countertop, turned away, and thumped my chest until the coughing stopped. But when I turned back, the cup of water was gone. I froze, motionless. Only my eyes moved, darting back and forth around the kitchen. The air shifted, a subtle drift, as though something moved through with incredible speed. I stepped back from the countertop and my heel bumped into something. I spun around. My heel had bumped into the glass of water. It tumbled over with a dull and clattering thud, empty. Wary, I squat down, picked it up, and studied it, turned it over in my hand like it was some strange alien artifact. What just happened? I called my sister to tell her what happened, and she laughed. There must be some sort of reasonable explanation, she said. Perhaps Dash from The Incredibles did it. Coincidence? I think not, she teased. I laughed along. Maybe she was right. Maybe there was a reasonable explanation for it. Maybe I dropped the glass in my coughing fit instead of putting it on the counter and it somehow landed upright. Crazier things have happened. But of course, that wasn't the end of it. Little happenings like this started to become commonplace. Each event was slightly less explainable than the last, a building experience of uncanny madness. But I still shrugged it off, tried to think of reasonable explanations, tried to hand wave it all away. But then the cup trail incident occurred, and there was no reasonable explanation for the cup trail incident. I snapped awake at about 2:58 a.m. on a Tuesday, bright light blinding in my little dilated eyes. The lights were on. Somehow, the lights were on. A power surge, perhaps? I climbed out of bed, marched across the room, and froze. My bedroom door was open. But the door being open didn't bother me too much. What bothered me was the glass of half-empty water sitting on the floor in the middle of the upstairs hallway. That bothered me for several reasons, chief among them being I didn't put them there. I crept into the hallway. The floor was uncharacteristically creaky tonight, and I squat down, lifted the glass of water, and fingerprints. Fingerprints were fogged all over the glass. Dozens and dozens of fingerprints. I recoiled, dropping the glass, and it thumped onto the carpet and spilled over, an expanding puddle of water absorbing into the mesh. I glanced back over my shoulder. A looming sense of unease climbed through my body. I pushed back, starting to stand up, and another glass of water, also half empty, sitting at the top of the stairs. I walked forward, looked down the stairs, and there was another one, sitting halfway down the steps. A trail of half-empty cups. Should I just call the police? I reached for my phone instinctively, but it wasn't there. I always seemed to keep my phone in my pocket, but now it was gone. It was gone, and someone was hiding in my house. I looked over my shoulder down the hallway towards my bedroom. Had it fallen out of my pocket? Was it on the nightstand? I started to go back to look when, downstairs, something buzzed against the hardwood floor. A quick 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 buzzing pattern. The distinct pattern I made for notifications. Somehow, my phone was downstairs. I turned back, took a deep breath, and slowly stepped forward. My phone lay on the kitchen floor, buzzing around in lazy circles. I stepped over, picked it up, and flicked on the screen. Time to call the police. But then I froze again. My eyes caught a push notification at the top of the screen. New photos saved to phone. I raised an eyebrow, tapped it, and the breath was sucked out of my lungs like a vacuum as if I had been kicked. It was a photo of me, fast asleep, taken at 2:57 a.m., a singular minute before I had woken up. A sickening swell of dread spiraled through me as everything began to pile up. The cups of water, the lights, the phone, and now finally the photo of me. The photo which somebody else had taken as I slept. I then dialed 911. 911, where are you located? A calming, almost serene voice answered. I gave them my address. What's your emergency? She replied. There's somebody in my house. Are you in a room? What? Please go to a safe room and lock the door. I bolted to the nearest washroom, slamming the door shut, and locked it. Maybe I should have just ran outside, but what if they were waiting for me? Okay, sir. Are you safe? Said the voice on the other end. A door slammed shut somewhere upstairs. He's upstairs, I said. Help is on the way. Please focus on breathing. Breathe in. I breathed in. Breathe out. I breathed out. Breathe in. Upstairs, another door swung open and slammed shut. The intruder was searching now, checking each and every one of my rooms in order. Sir, are you there? Yes, I whispered. The slamming doors slowly getting closer, one room at a time, slowly getting closer. The final door upstairs slammed shut, and suddenly a downstairs door swung open and slammed shut. Were there multiple intruders? Sir, Sir, are you still in the bathroom? The bathroom? I had never told them I was hiding in the bathroom. Sir, are you there? The voice said again, but this time I could hear it on the other side of the door as well. I could hear the 911 operator's voice inside my house. The intruder was talking to me on the phone. The intruder was talking to me on the phone and in my house. The bathroom doorknob jostled. Sir, please unlock the door, she said. I dropped my phone, wrapping my grip around the handle and pulling on it with all my strength. Sir, please open the door. I didn't budge. Sir, open the door. Open the door, sir. Open the door. Open the door. She kept repeating like a broken record, like a pre-made recording, all the while pulling on the doorknob, trying to get in. The lights slowly started to turn on and off, a cycle between light and dark, slowly gaining in speed. Sir, I can't help you if you don't open the door, she said, almost sounding on the verge of laughter. Sir, are you there, sir? Suddenly outside, around the corner, the front door burst open. Police, a baritone voice boomed, and then silence. Police. I remained quiet. I wasn't going to fall for it. How did the police know where I was if who I had called was on the phone? Hello, said the deep voice in the crackle of radio static. I'm getting no response, requesting backup. I hid in the bathroom for about an hour or two until they found me. The actual police. I was a nervous wreck. Understandably so. I was ranting and raving, telling them about a woman on the phone, telling them about cups of water on the floor. They sent me in for a psych eval, and I was discharged a few days later. Of course, no one really believed me. Even when I showed the photo of me sleeping, no one believed me. There must be some reasonable explanation, everyone always said. I moved out the next month. No way was I sticking around after that. In hindsight, I probably should have moved out earlier. Now I'm living upstate, in a much smaller house, less places for would-be intruders to hide. I have cameras set up everywhere. So this time, if anyone messes with me, I'll have all the receipts. It's all connected to my phone too, so I can check the cameras while I'm at work. I might be a coward, but I'm not stupid. So anyway, quite a few eventful months have gone by since the Cup Trail incident. In fact, nothing has happened until tonight. I was even starting to wonder if my sister was right. Perhaps I did have some mental lapse insanity. But now I'm lying in my bed, typing this on my phone. I can't get up and I can't run. I'm paralyzed with fear. And writing this is the only thing that even remotely calms me down. See, I got home from work late. And I crawled into bed. This was my first mistake. I broke my daily ritual. I used to check all the cameras before I even enter the house, checking to see if any motion was recorded during the day. But I was tired, and it was late after work, and I just really wanted to sleep. I'll check the cameras in bed, I thought. I'll just check the cameras in bed. And of course, on that day, that's when something happens. 9 hours and 23 minutes ago, my bedroom camera recorded motion. Clicking it. I watched the footage on my phone just 20 minutes ago. It was footage of me mulling about the house getting ready for work, and then leaving. Of course it was me. I should have known it was just me. I was off. I was late. I threw off my schedule, and the cameras detected me. But then, after that, motion detected bedroom camera. The footage appeared. My empty bedroom. Dark. I squinted. Nothing. But then slowly in the footage, I could start to see something. Something that filled me with fear far beyond anything I've ever felt. In the lights, in the thing, a person was there, standing in the middle of my room, standing with their hands over their face like someone playing peekaboo. The footage continued to go, and I fast-forwarded on it. Shadows drifting across the walls, the sun outside moved downward. But the person just stood there in the room, motionless, as the world sped by, hands covering their face. After a while, getting near the end of it, this footage snapped back to real time. The person slightly perked up upon hearing my arrival. Then, with their hands still covering their face, they dropped to their knees in one smooth motion, falling to their side, and slowly rolled under the bed. They rolled under the bed that I am currently lying on, the bed which I am laying on right now, typing on my phone in the dark.